Hello everyone, my name is Angel Maybell Yemet, and I'm going to tackle about the preschooler's physical development. So the preschooler years is commonly known as the years before formal schooling begins. It roughly covers 3 to 5 years of age. Although it is known as the years before formal school, it is by no way less important than the grade school years. Important jud kay ang mga bata ang makaagi sa preschool because ang preschool kay mura sila i-mold or ready physically and mentally. The preschool years is very important as it lays foundation to later development. So the physical growth increases in the preschool years. Their size and shape, their thinking capabilities, and problem solving will evolve. Their physical strength and coordination increases. They begin to shed the body fat that had accumulated during their infancy. So their body will become much leaner. Toddlers have their center of gravity at a high level, about the chest level. So, ang mga toddler ko kailangang center of gravity kay naa silang chest level. Mao nang makabantay mo nga mga toddlers kay ma-out of balance jud sila if they try to stand up and walk. So, unlike preschoolers, their center of gravity is at a lower level, right about the belly button. So, this gives them more ability to be stable and balanced than the toddlers. Some say that the later part of their preschooler years, at around 5 or 6, is the best time to begin learning skills that require balance, like riding a bike or skating. By this time, children's teeth are already in place. So, arisan nga time dapat i-instill sa mga parents or guardians ang habit of good dental hygiene. Next is the gross and fine motor development. So, gross motor development refers to acquiring skills that involve the large muscle. So, this development is categorized into 3. The first one is the locomotor skills. So these skills involve going from one place to another, like walking, running, climbing, skipping, hopping, and many more. So sagaran sa mga bata, like mga 3 years old, they already accomplished this. The next one is the non-locomotor skills. So these skills are movements that occur in the body parts or the whole body that makes the child stays in place, like bending, stretching, sitting, swaying, and many more. So the last skill is the manipulative skills. So these skills involve projecting and receiving objects. Example of this are throwing, striking, bouncing, catching, dribbling, and many more. So it takes more time for the children to develop their fine motor skills. That is because their myelination or the myelination of their nervous system is not yet complete. So myelination refers to an increase in the fatty sheet surrounding neuronal processes and fibers that increases the efficiency of electrical transmission. So, ang mga bata dili kaayo maka-process ilang brain kay dili pa man kaayo maka-enable ilang nerve cells nga maka-transmit og information. That is why nga it takes time jud nga ma-develop ilang fine motor skills. Different environment provide different experiences with the fine motor skills. And if there's an availability of technology sa balay sa bata kay he or she will unable to manipulate the mouse sa PC or sa cellphones or sa tablets. Nya, nakabantay sa mga bata karon nga kanang swito na ka sila sa pagtuplok-tuplok sa cellphone, di ba? Other children use fine motor skills in digging, making toys out of sticks or caps or bisag unsa nga ilang makitaan nga pwede ra nilang maduwaan. By the end of the preschool years, most children manage to hold a pencil with their thumb, fingers, and can also draw pictures, and there also is significant progress in their fine motor skills, especially if guided sila sa ilang mga parents, guardians, teachers sa ilang mga activities. In the preschooler years, their interest to draw and make other forms of artistic expressions will go into develop. And Victor Lowenfeld studied this and came up with the stages of drawing in early childhood. Scribbling stage. So, in this stage, begins with large zigzag lines, which later become circular markings. Soon, discrete shapes are drawn. So, the child may start to name his or her drawing towards the end of the stage. So, ari nga stage, ang mga bata kaya ka nang mag-draw pa sila line, zigzag lines. No? Yeah. Atong tanaw sa ilang drawing kay murag kuris-kuris, no? Murag wala ra siya shape, pero para nila kay naa. So, I will show you a picture later. Next stage is the pre-schematic stage. So, at this point, adults may be able to recognize the drawing. Children at this stage tend to give same names to their drawings several times. Drawings usually comprise a prominent head with basic elements like shoulders, feet, head, arms. So, ari sa stage kay recognizable na ilang mga drawing, no, maka-identify na ta ko kay naaman ang basic element, no, makita nga nanay ulo, nanay arms, feet, ilang drawing. So, next stage is the schematic stage. So, ari nga stage kay mas detailed, mas elaborate na ilang drawing, like nag-show na og kanang mga houses, kanang nanay sun, sky, people, and usually they draw from experience and exposure to the surroundings. Okay, so para ninyo, unsa man ni siya nga stages of drawing? Correct. Naa siya sa stage sa scribbling stage. As I said earlier, naa sila zigzag lines, no? Mo na ang pattern sa ilang drawing nga na mga kuris-kuris line. Nya, atong tanaw ani nga drawing is wala ra, no? Wala siya basic elements nga head, arms, feet. How about this drawing? What do you think? What stages of drawing you think nga na belong siya? You're correct. So, kani nga drawing kay na belong siya sa pre-schematic stage. So, actually, ang nga drawing ani kaya akong 5 years old nga brother. So, as I have observed sa drawing, kay mo siyag turtle, no? Siyag turtle. Pero na-recognizable ang kanang basic elements nga head, arms, feet, and body. So, I asked him nga unsa ni siya. So, ni ana siya, Titan kuno siya. Gikan sa anime nga Attack on Titan. So, kanay mo dyan ni iyang permiga gidrawing. Kay ganahan man siya. Next. So, gikan ko ani nga picture sa Google. And, obvious naman no nga, kani siya nga drawing kay belong siya sa schematic stage. Because as you noticed, na-elaborate na siya Naa ang naay balay, naay trees, naay flowers, naay town, naay sun, and sky. Adults or parents, guardians should remember to have a neat supply of scratch papers, crayons, pens kay if dili nila ni ma-provide no kay basta ng mga bata ari na siya sa mga walls, sa mga sa floor nga magsuwat-suwat og drawing and it will become messy. Next is preschoolers nutrition and sleep. So this kind of nutrition a preschooler gets has far-reaching effect on his or her physical growth and development. So the preschooler's nutritional status is the result of what nutrients he or she gets actually takes in check against nutritional requirements for his or her age. So, ang mga preschoolers, ang mga bata, dapat yun sila mukaon og nutritious foods. Okay, in order for their body to become healthy and in order makahelp sa sila sa pag-develop o pag-grow nila. And make them avoid to eat too much junk foods or soft drinks kay makadaot man siya sa body. And that is why we celebrate Nutrition Month every July to advocate proper nutrition to the children. So it is important for preschoolers to get sufficient amount of rest and sleep. They can benefit from about 10 to 12 hours of sleep each day. So nganong dapat nga naay sufficient amount of rest and sleep ang mga bata? Based on the studies, it shows that kids who regularly get enough amount of sleep have improved attention, behavior, learning capacities, memory, and their mental and physical health. So, having sufficient amount of rest and sleep will also make their growth hormones released. Mao nang dapat yun sa'yo mo matog or naaslay kanang enough amount of rest and sleep ang mga bata in order for them to grow taller. So, blood supply to the muscles are likewise increased, helping preschoolers regain energy. So, ang having enough amount of rest and sleep will have the children enough energy. Okay, so let's have a quick look at what preschoolers can do. Gross motor, 36 to 48 months. So children at this age can hop to 1 to 3 steps on preferred foot, skips with alternating feet, jumps and turns, stands on one leg without falling for at least 5 seconds, throws a ball overhead with control of direction, throws a ball overhead with control of speed, kicks a ball with control of speed. Next is the fine motor skills, 36 to 48 months. So children at this age will consistently turn pages of a picture or storybook one page at a time, looking at pictures with interest. So mga bata, dili pa kay sila ani interested sa mga words. So, mas interested sila sa pictures, mas interested sila sa visual. So, purposefully copies diagonal lines, purposely bisects across. So bisects means that they divide it with equal amounts or equal parts. Next is purposefully copies a triangle, cuts with scissors following a line. And also, dapat siya guidance sa mga parents and guardians by using scissors. So 49 and 60 months. Children at this age will already able to copy a simple pattern of different basic shapes. Throws a human figure without prompts, without kanang assistant, without nga walay mo guide nila. Next is draws a house without assistant using geometric forms. Next is colors with strokes staying within the lines. So personal care and hygiene, 36 to 48 months. So children at this age can pour from pitcher without spillage, without walay usik. Pwede makahuwat sila gikan sa pitcher nga walay usik. Next is feeds self using spoon. Dresses without assistance except for buttons and tying laces. And they can put on socks independently without assistance. So 49 and 60 months. This children at this age already feed themselves without spillage, prepares on food, dresses without assistance, cleans himself after a bowel movement. Sila na, makabaw na sila mulimpyo sa kagalingon after nila mahuman og pangihi, malibang. Next is brushes teeth. So, after the sila mukaon kay mo brushless ang teeth. Next kay, they also takes a bath without guidance or assistance. The rules of caregivers in the growth and development of the preschooler. Physical development of preschoolers is largely influenced by the supportive caregivers who provide a stimulating environment and appropriate activities for the children. So the parents, guardians, teachers, nag-play dyan sila ani nga great role kay sila man ang kanang largely nag-influence sa mga bata in developing physically. First is the caregivers should engage preschool children in simple games that involve running and walking. Next is provide them with toys for catching and throwing, such as soft large balls and bean bags. Next is have balancing activities for preschoolers like riding a bike or skating. Next is allow opportunities for rough and tumble play in a grassy area or soft mats. So of course, dapat na ay mo assist mo bantay sa mga bata nga magduwa kay para maka-avoid sa injury. Ensure that preschoolers get enough rest and sleep. Setting a routine for bedtime is ideal. So as what I have said earlier, preschoolers need to get enough rest and sleep in order for them to have enough energy and in order for them to grow. Next is model good eating habits to preschoolers. Dapat nimo tudluan ang mga bata nga dili mo kaon og too much junk foods or soft drinks or unhealthy foods kay dili siya maayo sa ilang health. Next, this is for 3 years old. Encourage development of hand-eye coordination by providing large buttons or old beads to string on a shoelace. So, ari ko encourage nimo ang bata nga siya na ang muhigot sa iyang liston. So, next is play ball. Show children how to throw, catch, and kick balls of different sizes. Ganong kick balls man of different sizes. Okay, this will help the children to distinguish and control their movement and coordination. Show children how to hop like a rabbit, tiptoe like a bird, waddle like a duck, slither like a snake, and run like a deer. So, if imo ipakita sa mga bata ang how to hop like a rabbit, tiptoe like a bird, waddle like a duck, slither like a snake, and run like a deer, they will enable to identify the animals, Encourage free expression in art projects. So, ari guys, i-avoid na to ang pag-ask of what. Let's pasagdaanan na to sila nga enjoy ang process of drawing. Next is provide a variety of art experiences. Creating collage from magazines, teach and show how to mix different colors. If naamoy manghon nga 4 years old, I encourage you to do this. Encourage them or encourage physical development. Play follow the leader, pretend to walk like various animals. Next is set up an obstacle course indoors with challenges like crawling, climbing, leaping, and balancing. This obstacle will help develop their gross motor skills. Next is encourage walking with a beanbag on the head. Kita mo anang gilingkuran anang bata, mo na siyang beanbag. So, gi-encourage ko no nga mulakaw ang mga bata with a beanbag on the head. If nasa may mga manghod nga nag-edad og 5 years old, you need to encourage body coordination and sense of balance by playing. Example like patintero or riding a bike. Play games that can teach right and left directions. So example sa mga play ani kay pwede pud sa patintero. Diba kay magtan-aw mo kasi mong left, magtan-aw sa right if naabang kontra para dili ka mahikap. Help children learn to use a pair of scissors by letting them cut out coupons. So, ang pagbuhat sa ano no, you need to guide them no para dili sila masamad or walay ma-injury. I will going to end my discussion with a quote. Children learn as they play. Most importantly, in play, children learn how to learn. By Alfred Donaldson. So that will be all. Thank you for listening, and if you have questions regarding to my discussion, don't hesitate to message me, okay? Thank you.